What a win for the Falcons, 26-24. In a game that I feel like we've watched the Falcons lose this type of game 100 times in the last 5, 6, 7 years. For once, they're on the winning side of what's not a pretty game, not a recipe that I want to see them play out for the next couple of weeks, but a win's a win. And against the Aints at home, yeah, I'm not going to complain. You should enjoy this win. We're going to break it all down. We'll talk about the ending sequence there. It wasn't perfect. I don't think I'd like to see them repeat a lot of those same steps again. But if you got a kicker who can make up for that with a 58-yarder, that's a weapon. Which, by the way, kickers now, it used to be like, hey, anything inside of 50 has to be automatic. Now I feel like anything inside of 60 has become automatic. This has been the year of kickers. But Kirk Cousins does it again. I don't even know if you can really kind of credit him. Like, it's a game-winning drive. That last drive, keep in mind, the Falcons did not gain a single yard on offense. It was all from the penalty. In fact, they burned 30 of their 60 seconds with a 5-yard gain and 2 penalties. And somehow they were able to get themselves into field goal range and give Koo at least a shot. But the offense definitely not at the top of their game. The 26 points is probably a little bit misleading to anyone who didn't watch the game. You had, for starters, a special teams touchdown to open up off a muff punt by Rashid Shaheed. Then you had a Troy Anderson pick six, which it was great to see Anderson kind of really come to life after a slug-ish start to the season. And then you had 4 field goals from Younghoe Koo in 26-24 after the Saints took a narrow 1-point lead with a minute to go off an Alvin Kamara touchdown run. But a huge win for a Falcons team that had yet to give the home crowd a win before we turned the calendar over into October. And they were a lot better in at least one area, third downs. And that was partially the story of this game. I mean, I don't think you can look at that and circle that as the winner, but they go 4 for 11. That's twice as many third down conversions they had any other week this season. At the end, though, I feel like there's a lot of different fingers that can be pointed to reasons and examples of how the Falcons were able to complete this victory. But for me, I mean, we can just start with the defensive turnaround. Like, who remembers the first 2 drives for New Orleans? The Saints were just marching down the field. And then all of a sudden, that Troy Anderson pick six just completely flipped the script. And the Saints couldn't run the ball anymore. I mean, the Saints offense was bullying Atlanta. And then that Anderson pick six was just one big sigh of relief from the defense where they go, you know what? This is over. Like, their run of just winning at the line of scrimmage is coming to a screeching halt. Great job by Atlanta's defense, forcing a couple of takeaways. That pick six, like I mentioned. And, of course, we have the muffed punt. But, yeah, Falcons offense not shining, not, dolled up in makeup, not beautiful today. Tyler Algier deserves the game ball, or at least a game ball, I would say. Game ball really goes to Younghoe Koo. But still, Tyler Algier, I don't think you have like a running back conversation right now or a debate. I think you just have 2 really good running backs. You've got a bruiser in Algier, who's a moving bowling ball, and a fast one too. And then you've got some lightning in Robinson. Like, Algier is going to bring a great balance to this running back room. But if we're going to get nitpicky, the reason why I don't want to see Atlanta repeat this recipe another week is I do not agree with a lot of the decisions that they made towards the end of the game there. I mean, for starters, remember when the Saints did not convert on 4th and goal? Falcons got the football deep in their own end zone, or deep in their own territory near their own end zone. They go run on 1st down. Okay, 2nd and 10. Saints burn their first timeout. Then you go pass. So you save timeouts for New Orleans. Was not a fan of that. And then when you get the ball back with 60 seconds and no timeouts, and you pick up a definite fair call of a pass interference on Paulson Adebo, and you move all the way out to the New Orleans 40, you go deep shot. I mean, if Koo misses that kick, the talk of the town is, how do you not just pick up 5 or 6 yards and go and clock it, especially on 3rd down? Because once you went deep on second and 10 and flipped it over to third and 10, well, on third and 10, no, now you can't clock it anymore, right? You can't spike it on 4th and 6 or something. But still, win's a win. In the NFL, those are hard to come by. It is not easy to pick up wins in this league. May not have been pretty, but at home, before Thursday night against the Buccaneers, a back-to-back NFC South showdown, I don't care how it's done. It's going to go into the record book as a win for Atlanta, giving them their 55th win over the Saints and the series lead as well. I've got more to share on this game, so don't go anywhere. But a quick shout out to our sponsor today, which is Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members, where all you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. You can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. I'm talking turning $10 into $1,000. Prize Picks invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS and get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game. Other thoughts coming out of this win here. Drake London is awesome. I'll remind everyone of that every single week. He makes so many tough grabs. He makes so many clutch grabs, too, to move the sticks. Love going to London in any situation. Nothing from Kyle Pitts. I think he had 1 grab today. I'm not going to, have a meltdown over the lack of production from Kyle Pitts because a win's a win, so we can worry about that on Tuesday or Wednesday. But here we are going into October, and Ray McCloud's a bigger part of this offense than Pitts. And I don't know if that's a reflection of Kyle Pitts just isn't that good. I don't want to accept that, but I'm probably going to be the last line of defense in believing in Kyle Pitts. But Ray McCloud is a vastly larger piece of this offense than Kyle Pitts is at this point. And I feel like what could really take him to the next level is getting Kyle Pitts going. Whether that's on the play calling, whether that's on Pitts himself to just get open and things like that. By the way, Darnell Mooney, so fast. And that PI at the end of the game was 100% a PI call. You know what wasn't a correct call? The holding on Jake Matthews, negating a Bijan Robinson touchdown 19-yard reception. That was BS. So I'm not going to chalk this game up to the officials at all whatsoever. It was clearly PI. The only mistake that Debo made in that play was he should have let Darnell Mooney catch the football because the clock would have kept running. So Tyler Algier had a bad mental error when he went out of bounds later on the previous series in the fourth quarter. And then a Debo there, just give up the first down and let the clock keep ticking. But yeah, 26-24. How many times last year did we watch, and the year before that, and the year before that, the Falcons lose a game like this, right? Maybe they score late, and then the defense gives up big yardage, and they get walked off on. How many times did they walked off the field going, feels like we had a real shot at winning that game, but we just didn't execute? Listen, not pretty. Don't need to be pretty. I'm looking for wins. Get 17 cracks at it. They all don't need to be 10s. I'll take a 5 or 6. Not too bad. Or maybe on a weekday. We will take a win any way possible. Falcons improve to 2-2 on the season, and they get ready for a big Thursday night showdown with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, trying to jump to the top of the NFC South and have a bit of a stranglehold on the division with wins over New Orleans and Tampa early on in the season. That's going to do it for us on our post-game show today. Make sure to subscribe to the channel as well. That way you don't miss a single thing about the Dirty Birds. Appreciate everyone for watching yet again, and we'll see you guys throughout the week. But Atlanta beats the Aints 26-24.